Ebusia eye maame Akosua Serwaa ne lawyer aye freno lawyer Williams Kusi a dona e kase papa de wa born wan ko school na law school kwaya nyina faso bia no so obi a wontimi ndi asem enwi ne de ono wanye lawyer ebusia anwumre wode ensem bi abetodwa ye bekaya emra court dem ho no ensensem bi ekokọ so a empokura no wantimi ani ano a ma sese no asem eye akọ ediama eye odobru na ebusia lawyer aba abonten abekasa kam ho ne nkotie ne nsem no bi a oka efa eye injunction bi ehun kam ho yenkotie
now I did written several no so man file defense injunction so man no the last time I court mama move injunction and also okay on file conditional penalty train na no kre ya be konam say e bi on be withdraw because as never konam defense aba so also obi ni capacity emnam ni also file defense that's our compromise opposition and me sure say o man kasa o file for capacity the news say they were only buying time na me catch judges so na mo pekwan be delay case to one grant injunction they'll be filing frivolous applications that will delay the case. And the court to find so. You know, be animre. Tell me was 7th December. And the man yana ya near 7 na boka. So, but court not doing it differently. And I say, you move application. One more withdraw.
Dazi TV.
From application, no the capacity. One man the buy almost amboa. Na court bogu in and then that's what we are. Can make court cost one or something.
You say what sorry say what can cost?
Yes. I know something any injunction. Say injunction come at me. Can make cost times 2. Unfortunately, when we were moving injunction, you know how long I spoke?
Yeah.
Yes, because I was trying to convince. Your case, I now heard judge. I saw the judge writing whilst I was making my submission. Now, look, you have to convince the judge to make an order on your behalf. Yeah. If the judge is not listening, then it means that probably we are forming an argument and answer it. So let me watch it. That's why I have to. Exactly. That's how I have to push what I was doing so that she could hear me and give me attention. What's your argument? Say, Obedi Assembled my judgment 25th November. So that's one of the reasons. The second reason she gave was about when the funeral media. And I said, "Oh, you say Abusuyan." No, I can say Abusuyan. Tintini Abusuyan. I mean, immediate and extended family. No define family to mean Abusuyan for not the spouse, but the ma. On your occasion, you can say Makahu. And Abusuyan, immediate family and extended family. That's what she said. You see, so that's even though it was arbiter in law, a friend arbiter because the no can say pronounce one in the injunction. Uti no certain also make any definitive ruling on the matter to not to prejudice the final hearing.
Yes. Yeah.
But she made a do who have the burden or state. I was satisfied with the ruling because the court the judgment be your opinion. Every judgment of a judge is his or her opinion. That's how the law is. Okay. And this express opinion or can't convince you say when you went in America, you should be satisfied even though you made this guy agree with the person. So
I cited so many cases.
Exactly. We were okay with the ruling. And my friend, my client,
Say, "Oh, by no one, Akosua Serwaa." Say,
"Oh, she felt that no, injunction was very important and can grant you. I'm just a judge national. And what we have to do is work towards the evidence never taken. For instance, in Krata, he has a stamp on Germany near the we have to work quickly on it and make sure the assembly do near. They say they know judgment. Judgment because we are confident we'll have judgment. And you know there, and never mean see here. Back come that is the true fact of the matter.
Tell me for what's Efie lawyer and more patron say Enra. Now can say a lawyer for no am file on capacity. No one can say I say no. I'm the question here. The best answer why they babo muntin. I'm withdraw. And now judge can say cancel a movie ni motion for injunction. And now and so lawyer judge ni tea or more afani na no say one injunction antum. Enti say what is a man for eka say after the judgment na pio team odobro ni o team legal wife jubilate bi no so na say we be according TikTok na or TikTok live no di man for atema misrel don't jubilate what I say case e call hon ran be born pai say anka some me call court for anka bishia bibi e come ko anka judicial say sometimes cases like that they should even do it in open place where people will come and they will watch
and you know
some ka wo hon anka wutie asem na ye kana if you have already formed some opinion, you are one case so you'll be out descending. I want to say no. I think I said no. But now, to be people on so can you this or catch it out when you now also you take it who by saying that is a word. I pray that one day get the opportunity to go to court and listen to how our lawyers represent or cases because I say it here. Then could you know can say be oh say it in general. Sana is here our court. Now the way forward, lawyer, tell me what I can say. I'm here on Friday. be file. So right now no Friday mo kwa kwede.
What we call application for directions.
Okay.
So then maybe I am a file me crata bia. I was a file. But I couldn't application for directions. Okay. I don't need the t-shirts to the vertical Friday. Now what it means is that as I'm not mature about in idea and a court infusion, what do you want the court to answer to? And the idea not to prejudice what is happening at the court. But whatever I couldn't say whether or not to say Akosua Serwaa and Kwana Lumba court on council.
Okay.
That's only Lumba, I don't want to be my kuna court on community. That's all. These are the two rulings. And then the directions. Meanwhile, we have replied to all the statement of defense from the buyer. No.
Okay. Now Miss Maybe be who said we shall really not and judge in the mind now. Say body near Yabusiani, penny on Mudian, so they can do now at any penny free one or Yabusiani, so they can now go ahead a junction now on one grant. So now that's a power that be able to happen in chain. And that's option for phone council about who raise the issue about say with the who right. It's not a law. It's a right. Which means no, it's only belonging to
the
yes. So it's a custom, yes.
The constitution, your constitution will be a friend. Your friend, the sources of law.
Okay.
Sources of law. Now, a hono and a constitution, each day, and Marabe be free.
Okay.
What does it? The sources of law. That is a watch. Let's say, a dear Yamra, our mine.
Okay.
Casamara, a dear Yamra, our mine. Now, I want to, under chapter 4, article 11. I'm reading for purposes of this to educate the public.
Okay.
I say the laws of Ghana shall comprise A. This constitution. This constitution. Enactment made by or under the authority of the parliament established by this constitution, the parliament. 3. Any orders, rules, and regulations made by any person or authority under power conferred by this constitution. Okay. Therefore, the constitution, you can say, this is assemblies with my bylaws, near that, the form law. Any other existing law and the common law. No. The existing law and the common law. The common law, baby, I call the British for the giant.
Okay.
Now, it also provides that the laws of Ghana shall include customary law. So the common law of Ghana shall comprise the rules of laws, generally known as the common law, the rule generally known as the doctrine of equity, and the rules of customary laws, including those determined by the Superior Court of Judicature. And the amania, like a common law. And this will be because widowhood rights. Amania, the Yamra, maybe tell you because amania be also called to take judicial notice. They can't judicial notice. You are amania bear 10,000 Ghana tribes. Obiani ne hyehyɛ. And the Akasa court take judicial notice. Say your case a yedi. You better will be from Manchia. Somebody who's a custodian of the Asante culture. No, I bet you kuna. As one for sure, baby a free and send it here. We'll call them in this case. So that judge not who say and Asante memu because her authority on board not to say.
The cases that he cited.
And now akwabi so okan say case bi obi ma empna
yes, because I say concubine.
Yes. Yes, I know I'm not for me. So whether or not you can
which
use,
means nipa na side chick on worry.
Yes.
But the custom of that particular tribe
may permit that.
But
I know crano me nyasho say tribe bi aba prince obi owo yere yaman mpana nyakuna. But oni yire dia o metumi afo obi on nti ya onye yire. I will bet my friend concubine. I'm na ba yakuna. And we will lead evidence to all this for the court to know. Say as Santimamu there, say ni amani here, and the judge will take judicial notice of that thing, and then would decide. Say no, from the chief who came from Manchiano was say na Santimani here. Say Santimani there, and here esebi there so you know no one yakuna. Na empran yakuna wa Ashanti. That's what we do as a lawyer because this case is a locus classic school case which ought to be reported. We would ensure say you're making sure say your dear semi afra dance am no woman there the free neko obi e ma judgment we di akire. So we are resolute to do the right thing. Yes sir, okofa krobi case ah na dey emfa na be dia dey okoma nhia sabe ohene kura no on prem obi mfiri ba bi ma be say me papa opoguwade wo say obi ba say kan papa ya pamono too for opoguwade so yana na ko say adwuma wo this year and then we respect the institution of marriage. And to be able to be so being plan kuna. Meanwhile, you call so edition. So that is how it is. And then as far as we are concerned, many be a constitution neka.
Until Friday, mo ko file
application for directions.
Direction now. What is next?
No am data. Yamna for different CMC.
Okay.
Case management conference.
Okay.
And also no yakwa ko hwe seminar ya aba nyina ahwehwe ne kama. Why we are need we and the say ne be no. No am date na start here. Also, your bar, 1 week to file a witness statement. This time, dancing in Kojano Monkro, your cotton and uncle, and think Ruby Abaso Bobiano. This is a witch robber. Now, be on here to one, send maybe as a minute.
Okay. Into no, said that would be from one and say,
Court by my die, by CMC.
Into can't say about 25th and William Babano, what you find saying.
In fact, all this while that has been my prayer. That you know within time, send a time you know, person, you know, and to cancer. It is, I also drew her attention to the fact that, or no better 25th, but we be filing process, we also train when we process. It's not definitely not so why one man over to us. Let's hope that she will honor her words. So, because to be unfortunate, they do a year now to this idea, no ways, at the confusion. But the applicant, we wanted to forestall the possibility of any confusion. So be bar, and now, as soon as we know, much of food in it. Much of funds will be a bit more. So, the court's work is to ensure that there is peace and stability and there's justice. And the court, that's what we're telling the court. Let's make sure our decisions don't create more problems than good.
I want to say, Baby, now you imagine say, they are to say, they are rather tarnishing the image of a legend. If you can meet me, I have 7 marker. Tabansana Fide, the name called every day, we are that Lumba, Akosua Serwaa, say you. A man for air can be say, send all kinds of case of any DHD because of how important, especially the personality involved. Obi can be say, assembly of a country.
The Mecatrum is a Yanokre, Yemunkwani penny, because Lumba, so a prophet, no name, send a new watching, Bibi Sabisi, or the Bonum, or the Bonum, and to know him, say Bibi Sabisi. Now, you're Indian to prevent a confusion. I know one among any year to send a confusion via Emom. And rather than say, Umbaka say, yes, Lumbadin, also say, any person, Yamalumba, a yen, a yaboko, no incident to be ANC. Near Boko, no freeze, no being Cocasamina, Yere. Case, we are a Japadiache, a diachri, and look at the chaotic crossing a year. So, until the end of the year, we want the right thing to be done so that everybody would understand his position. Send a bear, who being position, and create a problem. That is how it is.
When you say letters release this statement at the Bible on Timber, but there was one of them that I want to. There was this purported statement from the children, so almost distinct themselves from the case. There's one journalist, I friend Nana Romeo, on radio can say, "Per only should that statement of Tino. It is never true." But when I say statement, I'll carbon team of a pussy to the extent that the official social media platform of the legend, Mupusti, so statement in
me, but maybe some clans and Yanokre. A lawyer been a trouble on someone's sign, the lawyer's name was mentioned. And I spoke to the children. One of the children, who said, female.
Because a buy and Ubi can say, a bad site means the children rather, I said, they're stabbing their mother at the back.
And this is I mean, initially, I didn't have any problem with it because technically, granting case, but I said, yes, I'm a young couple. Yeah, the mamma can answer. Tom Casse, they want to remain neutral. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it. What I found wrong was, me take a lawyer be and I show mom something.
Until we issue only come exhibit on court one.
They made a comment. Okay. And I attempted even to rebut it because it wasn't part of their case.
Okay.
And they made a comment. I'm glad they are still supporting their mother, especially the three. They are supporting their mother. And they are resolute on it. Only say, lawyer Nibi, or some back home. One trailer to mom, some family want and then creating impressions. They don't even support their mother. But I club in the best as oh mammy. What furniture? I could support to some other person, not possible. And the Kulan they've also disassociated themselves. In fact, they wrote to the lawyer to roll back to where he posted it, say, withdraw. Maybe very soon Kulan will come out with a statement. But the lawyer has refused to withdraw.
All right, if you're still watching us, this is Dazu TV and a lawyer, Kusi William. William no Kusi United and Fantasy Nadim, but I'm going to call them in the honor and the counsel for Yamami Akosua Serwaa and Fosina Fosu in the case and your call quarter and all taking an opportunity to explain things to us and a better seminar. Say, lawyer, and with your other counsels, your colleagues, the person who say specifically to the injunction, not to the other case, and say, assembly did some kind to you that was not accurate, especially I say Akosua Serwaa. I'm a year as a year abroad that Lumba, Mammy, Efie, na court and a lawyer back can say, one year. But me, now to call to me who said the sinner opportunity.
You're watching Dazu TV.
We're making public statement as a true.
Yeah, and I'm going to interview.
Okay.
Opia to know I was there, so I just have to get that clarification from her. No cancer, and you're correct. Now,
don't be surprised.
Because
there's nothing about this case that is true. You get the point.
Okay.
There's nothing about this statement that is true. until we share preliminary interrogatory applications at Yakoya. Even though some alleged said there has been a marriage, you know, one for evidence behind my.
You raised that point.
Yes.
Omo defense, there's no single evidence either by
almost 80 data, why no place the wire and
time, either nothing like that
yes.
to prove. I know we should raise the issue say, but traditional be part, which we are bra, all these things are the income.
And you know, traditional marriage, you know, I was women in Bishi and Mawari. The more than time of
the picture. Those nothing cry, at least service that want to mean quan so I can one echo. So we never.
Yes.
Hey, that reminds me. On some can some conquistia, Nanka, when he been tenacious, say at least. So me to me as 728 in the crowd time aso na hu say training video could do so one could be no say odi who was a day or say I saw your lawyer and so to me am cause our meeting e ba say meeting want to me am could be abra busia frɛ
I'm not from no the client from in fact I'm from say busia pay na make move no so we share Friday now before that no na ayi before that na otumfo ma ne nkoso hene from ntenyumre no before Thursday no and I'm call I'm supposed to face some friend at Chami for Kono ni Friday no papa no ko fa no I'm ba ko so hene Efie na ko share na me na Tumi clients for say me a lawyer panyini settlement lawyer for nya bi so lawyer for your settlement enye yie because you the mra ebebam settlement so there a reason any concessions do me pese parties na be shia to me resolve no maboya mane ne ya twa yes insane to mo come mabi
ntinye say abusuan na prevent say
no not at all me wo hwa na frame me say microphone the lawyers be me ensakra na aba
some the lawyers call
it shouldn't be settlement lawyers in them e be omunim they should know settlement lawyers in them we are trying to get the parties to resolve their differences if they do they report to lawyers and we put it down now say yeah kokko na lawyers omni akose na lawyers omni dia what's the difference there's no difference so I did not go out of good faith to help them resolve the issues without them ayabusuan asem and abusuan fo ko hia lawyer for na kwachi abusuan fo mo lawyer ni kura say uni masantiamane e bi kura ni masantiamane and who got how are you going to and I'm told they were asked several questions they were fumbling come try foot and kebaba bontene
okay I'm catch say they were supposed to go to Menchia but I'm to some location because I say
and Menchia no more they were not going to Menchia because Menchia wasn't aware
the narrative no be to bontene say Menchia say into the report about when Menchia say kuna form you no come hu bom kodi kuna
one is one can say some krom kwa so ma kan wi o ma kan wi na ba court to aso no man can say wasam ya kan wi nti it is because they have always told the untruth and the social media we have to come on because see and correct some of these things are it was necessary tension and confusion baba so na tell
ntom ko ba briefing be na mo de bro
o mo ko ba na mo say anye ye in fact o mo say o mo ko back to corner court anytime because waka obi agina be bi ogina tinya dia but so be say a question say na say say Akosua Serwaa Lawyer wari under order no his one so wari under order wari under order no obi abiom into when one say say mo ya dan man so lawyer for so mo ya wadi no ho issue also issue be and on making reference ball o kase nipa kase ba ko no kura wari under order so to mo refu tie no mama so be say na be na yodo no wari 2010 na say phone back page and say 2010 na kura no over 16 years Ghana man so ni 18 ah we do man number some just award no wari na knowledge here there were very interesting questions that were asked
so 2010 and I show kwari na and we be say there was something that me be say there was something I'm life from kasa due diligent and they say me ti hey we catch your lawyer say me name my wife here jai ti for baba fa mama why we need to be na worried about as your own capacity no want to do due diligence to find out say in case as someone be can try and the kind say nyana kre
intro the need due diligence because net time be na be ya we say be some question and you be temporary na say when you smart abeti e be na see so that's what papa answer 2010
ti answer be ware no obi lumba bi na no catch from say oni Akosua jai
I know the omo be can I don't really know but we shall let us somebody buy omo can say lumba bi na omo say ma me your intention so be jai lumba nti ani waja
no that intention was that letter na Babaja is 2018 date in some kaya but then the whole thing this is 2010 so how come if somebody's creating intention does not mean that that's the actual
that mrana na woka no
it is my intention to divorce and that letter is 2018
now our dear ben na complaints anymore to be a complaint say the nikunu yon pe oni oba ko tena be oba so oba ho ya hwe ya fra wa ma ya ba na ya ba fia na de ko ba be fufuro na de is not justifiable complaint and to be complain our dear when say waja our dear I mean how can anybody say this
but there was something that I wanted to get a little bit education one of their statements no believe Babaja Mama desertion say then somebody may ask say if now we are going to deal with the substantive issue. I don't know if when you comment about prejudicial, I don't know. Say, court will determine who deserted who, because to determine the matrimonial home, where were they? Were they in Ghana?
How can you answer something?
Were they in Ghana?
Who deserted who?
Or they were in Germany?
Now desertion, you can't say you can't trim ukura. Obi eja obi ho.
Obi ho.
The people were domiciled domiciled. Now they were domiciled in Germany. What does I say? The hono be adwuma, hono mate, hono be biawo. And about free Germany. When are deserting? What does I say? And these are issues that
will be determined
on the day. Because obi ka so be say adena or yare no betina no amehwe. Omo Germany no one hwe na not on it na or ware no one hwe na omo Germany here adwuma. In my interviews I've said, say Akosua Serwaa Lawyer say daddy man ko bo 100,000 euros. Or that's what you can. And to Jawa, who is going to pay? Ebesan ekese Japan ba ko bi o ne betima fa. And she has to defend that and make sure that she works. So and that issue of desertion, and they talk to the desertion does not automatically constitute divorce. This is what
you're watching Dancy TV.
Quickly, Enra Court when said lawyer back talking about marriage certificate in translation in Germany. Now I think the third respondent, that's a funeral home for the lawyer. No? Now or patch say document ID
stamp. The English stamp.
Yes, and I was a document should be read in the whole. It's about 3 pages of German language, but I'm summarized into 1 page. Into I don't know. I'm going to add the visibility. So then, all the more terms in the other medicine. And I don't know, Sano.
It was interesting, but because you guys were trying to ruling to call break by but to me, I disagreed. So, notarization, they are correct, but they are notarizing. Our application, or more compiling, or page back over be a notary public.
Okay.
I know say per the rules, also they call Ghanaian embassy in Germany, testing. So, sir, stamp, German official stamp, English is the most childish thing I've ever heard. Why a conflict of law there? The American better say a lawyer can a conflict of law there. We have translated the language, but stamp on the German stamp, an official stamp. And to use English, you don't expect the stamp to be English.
And I love to read issue about translating the song also endorse it, and so a stamp is also signed.
Yes.
Also read it and that
exactly.
issue.
Also. On the second page, but let me say, okay. Or your translation of German, and now notarize it because document be a and I sign up with you. So the Baby that's also notary public and such as here. You know, German language in the one notarizing.
Okay.
But that
will not affect the case.
No. We are complying with all the requirements.
Okay.
They are compiling and we are compiling it well.